Lyra and Captain Zara Drayden stood side by side, overlooking the remains of an ancient city. The ruins were a stark reminder of humanity's once great civilization, now reduced to rubble by the alien invaders. The sky above was a perpetual twilight, casting long shadows over the broken landscape. "Do you think we can really do this?" Lyra asked, her voice tinged with doubt. "Rebuild everything, bring back hope?" Zara turned to her, his eyes intense but filled with a quiet determination. "We don't have a choice, Lyra. We have to fight for our future. For everyone's future." Their journey had brought them to the outskirts of a long-abandoned research facility. According to the intel they had gathered, this place held secrets that could turn the tide of their struggle. It was said to be the last known location of Dr. Thorne, a scientist who had been working on a project that could potentially neutralize the aliens' advanced technology. As they approached the entrance, a low hum filled the air. Lyra felt a shiver run down her spine. "Did you hear that?" Zara nodded, his hand resting on the hilt of his weapon. "Stay alert. We're not alone." They moved cautiously through the facility, the halls echoing with the sounds of their footsteps. The deeper they went, the more apparent it became that someone, or something, had been here recently. Equipment lay scattered, and the walls were covered in strange, glowing symbols. "What do you think this means?" Lyra asked, tracing her fingers over the markings. Zara examined the symbols closely. "These look like coordinates. Maybe they're a map." A sudden noise made them both freeze. From the shadows emerged a figure, tall and imposing. Lyra's heart raced as she raised her weapon, ready to defend herself. "Wait," Zara said, lowering his weapon slightly. "I know you." The figure stepped into the light, revealing a weathered face and piercing eyes. "Captain Drayden," the man said, his voice rough. "I didn't expect to see you here." "Dr. Thorne," Zara replied, relief evident in his voice. "We need your help." Dr. Thorne nodded. "I know why you're here. The project, it's not complete, but it's close. With a little more time, I can finish it." Lyra stepped forward. "What is this project? How can it help us?" Thorne's eyes met hers. "It's a device that can disrupt the aliens' neural network. It won't destroy them, but it will give us a fighting chance." As they discussed the details, Lyra couldn't shake the feeling that time was running out. The echoes of the past haunted her, but with Zara and Thorne by her side, she felt a glimmer of hope. "We'll protect you," Zara said to Thorne. "You finish the device, and we'll make sure it reaches the resistance." Lyra nodded in agreement. "We have to believe that this will work. For humanity." As they prepared to leave, Lyra glanced back at the ruins one last time. The past was a ghost that lingered, but the future was a promise they had to fight for. Together, they would face the darkness and bring back the light. As they moved deeper into the facility, Thorne led them to a hidden lab, concealed behind a false wall. Inside, the room was filled with advanced technology, much of it unfamiliar to Lyra. Thorne immediately set to work, his hands moving with practiced precision as he adjusted various components of the device. Lyra couldn't help but be fascinated by the intricate machinery. "How did you come up with this?" she asked, her curiosity piqued. Thorne glanced up briefly, a small smile on his lips. "Years of research and desperation. When the invasion began, I knew we needed something drastic to stand a chance. This device is the culmination of everything I've learned." Zara stood guard at the entrance, his eyes scanning the corridors for any signs of movement. "How long will it take?" he asked, his tone urgent. "Not long," Thorne replied. "I just need to make a few final adjustments." As Thorne worked, Lyra's thoughts drifted to the memories of her childhood. She remembered the stories her parents told her about the time before the invasion, when humanity flourished and the world was a place of wonder and possibility. Those stories felt like distant dreams now, overshadowed by the harsh reality of their current existence. Zara's voice pulled her back to the present. "We have company," he said, his tone tense. Lyra's heart skipped a beat as she heard the faint sound of footsteps approaching. She and Zara took up defensive positions, their weapons at the ready. The tension in the air was palpable as they waited for the intruders to reveal themselves. A group of alien soldiers rounded the corner, their eyes glowing with a menacing light. Lyra's grip tightened on her weapon as she aimed at the nearest one. "This is it," she thought, "we have to hold them off." The ensuing battle was fierce and chaotic. Lyra and Zara fought with everything they had, their movements synchronized and efficient. The alien soldiers were relentless, but Lyra's determination fueled her strength. She knew that failure was not an option. As the last of the alien soldiers fell, Lyra glanced over at Thorne. He was still working, his focus unbroken despite the chaos around him. "How much longer?" she called out. "Almost there," Thorne replied, his voice steady. "Just a few more seconds." Lyra's heart raced as she and Zara regrouped, preparing for any additional threats. She couldn't help but feel a sense of urgency, knowing that every moment counted. The fate of humanity rested on their shoulders, and the weight of that responsibility was almost overwhelming. Finally, Thorne stepped back from the device, a look of satisfaction on his face. "It's ready," he said, his voice filled with determination. "Let's go." Lyra and Zara moved quickly, helping Thorne gather the device and the necessary components. They knew that the journey back to the Resistance would be perilous, but they were prepared to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they left the facility, Lyra took one last look at the ruins of the ancient city. The echoes of the past were a constant reminder of what had been lost, but they also served as a beacon of hope. With Thorne's device in hand, they had a chance to change the course of their future. Together, they embarked on the next leg of their journey, united by a common goal and a shared determination to reclaim their world. The road ahead would be fraught with danger, but they were ready to face it head-on. For Lyra, Zara, and Thorne, the fight for humanity's survival was just beginning. And as they moved forward, they knew that the legacy of their past would guide them toward a brighter, more hopeful future.